What happened in Pasadena on September 7th wasn't just another concert. It was a moment music fans will talk about for years to come. Oasis closed the US leg of their Live 25 reunion tour with a massive show at the Rose Bowl, and the atmosphere was electric. From the moment Liam Gallagher stepped up to the mic, it felt like time folded in on itself. Nostalgia from the band's 90s glory days mixing with the unstoppable energy of a stadium full of fans who had waited decades for this moment. Since the very first date back in Cardiff, Wales, on July 5th, every stop of this reunion tour has been a sellout celebration of Oasis's enduring power. But Pasadena carried an extra layer of history. Almost exactly 60 years ago, the Beatles were making their own history in America, kicking off their legendary 1965 tour at Shea Stadium and filling the Hollywood Bowl with screaming fans. Those shows became the stuff of legend. But they also exposed the limitations of the era. Without modern sound systems, the Fab Four couldn't even hear themselves play. As Paul McCartney once said, it felt like performing to a sea of 56,000 screaming seagulls. Fast forward to 2025. And Oasis is proving just how far live music has come. With a cutting-edge sound system by L Acoustics, every note rang out crystal clear at the Rose Bowl. The guitars soared, the drums thundered, and Liam's voice cut through with raw power. Unlike the Beatles, who abandoned stadium tours partly because of poor sound quality, Oasis sounded every bit as sharp as they did in their prime, maybe even better. For longtime fans, it felt like stepping back into 1998, when the band dominated stages worldwide, but with the benefit of modern technology amplifying every detail. And Oasis wasn't just about the sound. They brought the spectacle too. A massive video wall stretched almost the entire width of the field, turning the stadium into a cinematic experience. With 60,000 to 70,000 fans singing every lyric at the top of their lungs, the show felt more like a global celebration than a single concert. There were surprises too. During Whatever, Liam Gallagher slipped in lines from the Beatles' Octopus's Garden, a subtle but powerful nod to the band that shaped so much of Oasis's sound. It was a wink to history, a reminder of the lineage of British rock, and proof that Oasis understands their place in that story. And then came the moment no one expected. Paul McCartney himself was spotted in the crowd, phone in hand, recording Oasis from the stands. Just imagine that. One of the Beatles, watching Oasis command the kind of stadium stages that once broke new ground for his own band. You can't help but wonder if Sir Paul thought to himself, what if John, George, Ringo and I had this kind of technology back in 1966? What if the Beatles had been able to keep going? But Oasis isn't looking back. They're pushing forward. The Rose Bowl wasn't an ending, but a launch pad. From here, the Live 25 tour heads to Mexico City, then London's iconic Wembley Stadium, followed by a global sweep across Asia, Australia, and South America. Each stop promises not just a concert, but a reminder of why Oasis was, and still is, one of the greatest bands to ever do it. This isn't just a reunion, it's a resurrection. And if Pasadena proved anything, it's that Oasis has reclaimed their throne, standing tall in the same stadiums where the Beatles once changed music forever.